The Arizona wine industry has been around since the 16th century when the Spaniards planted grapes over in the Santa Cruz River Valley, and it really got going here in the early 80s. This is 100% Arizona Grenache, man. Grenache is the most widely planted grape on planet Earth. It's also the second most common wine in the state of Arizona. We've deliberately withheld water from them to desiccate them, to get the plants to struggle. So what you're looking at is fruit that's struggled. We do that to do two things: concentrate sugar and acid. And the result are grapes that have an unmatched, unparalleled flavor and a nice, tart, strong punch of acid to them. And that's just winemaking gold, man. Tastes good, it makes food taste good. Makes your life taste good, man. And all of that wonder starts in the vineyard. First fruit will be shuttled to the winery here in about half hour. When our first trailer truck arrives, we'll get it out. This fruit will be fermenting within 4 hours. You're in Elgin, Arizona, south of Tucson, about 50 miles, up in the high country, about 5,000 feet.
Arizona's only American viticultural area.
That's right, you're along one of the most famous wine trails in the country.
Okay, no way I'm doing this alone.
We have 6.5 acres of planted vineyards out back here, and this is our chief winemaking facility, as well as our tasting room for our local customers and customers coming from literally all around the state and all around the country, actually. The 3 points of the logo represent myself and Mark and our other main business partner and lifelong friend, Tom Kitchens, who's actually outside right now heaving grapes into a crusher destemmer. So the three of us, we all met each other at the Air Force Academy. The logo also looks a little bit like a propeller, which is an homage to our flying career.
We were 17 years old and we were in parachuting school at the Air Force Academy, Colorado Springs, Colorado. And we were in the very first week of our summer there, where we were learning how to do parachute landings. Anyway, we hit it off. We were just babbling all day about things. And believe it or not, the first connection he and I had was music. We found that we both liked the same music. Green, blue, green, blue, green, blue, green, blue, green.
Yeah.
That's me tumbling as I go out of the airplane.
You see sky,
whoa,
earth,
whoa, whoa.
sky, earth,
You're,
right?
you're flopping around like a rag doll. You know, you're like, whoa, you're just trying to stabilize the air. And,
That was my first experience jumping out of a plane. I wasn't scared the first time. I was scared the second time.
We listened to a lot of punk rock. He loved the Dead Kennedys, Black Flag. We liked all that stuff. And it was just an instant connection.
There are certain things that bring people together, and this was one of those things, this like common interest we had in the same types of music.
I initially started flying transport. That was my first assignment with C-5s. Didn't do it for very long. He flew C-5s too. But I went and I was an instructor for many years, and I went into special ops. Flew a very highly specialized helicopter at the time, low altitude penetration into denied airspace. Our primary mission was infill and exfil of special ops forces. And I was mostly down in the Balkan War, Africa, hotspots over in that part of the world. It's a miserable, rotten business, and the more infrequently we can go to war, the better. But when we do, we need to do it right, professionally.
I fortunately had a much, much less, shall we say, dangerous and crazy flying career.
Prime rib, cappuccino.
No, not quite. But for the last 7 years of my Air Force career, I got to fly around some very interesting people. Everybody from the Vice President on down, Secretary of State, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, First Lady, and a host of congressmen and senators as well. Got to see many different parts of the world. It was just a fantastic opportunity. That was that's the Air Force 2 line right there.
Yeah.
You got
That's
it, Rolf?
the red phone.
Ew, slow your roll, Rolf.
Kitch, you're seeing it in action.
Yeah, Kitch, boy, I tell you what,
He's our go-to guy.
Yeah,
He's
he kind of does everything.
He does it all.
Probably good, huh, Rolf? You want to do
You know, he's going to open up our Bisbee store tomorrow. You know, he helps with the customers. He does festivals for us. And he's just a really, really great friend.
He's just a big lovable guy. We're the best of friends, but we're radically different from each other.
But you can see this nice, rich, black, oily color here.
He's more of that meticulous scientist, that thoughtful artist that he is, and so winemaking was perfectly fit for Mark. And so he took on the role of our chief winemaker. On any given weekend, him and Rolf are here with purple hands.
We knew what the sugar content was when we started, and when we now put our hydrometer in here.
And then I run the vineyard, and I make sure that our vines are nourished, planted on time, that they're pruned properly, that the vineyards are kept secure, that our equipment's maintained, that are on and on and on. I mean, that's a ripe grape. You see how rosy it is?
It's a really amazing, wonderful, and perfect
Period of
way
collaboration.
to have our own independent ways of doing things, but then coming together. 2013.
Cheers.
So it's actually a long time ago in ancient Greece, one of the uses for wines was like literally to loosen the tongue and join in a symposium, right? So a group of people, you know, intellectuals or philosophers,
By the old Air Force rules.
to basically get to the point where they were having open discussions with each other, but not getting too inebriated where the discussion would just completely fall apart. I want to try some of this wonderful 2009 Sangiovese that has that dried fruit and nut characteristic. And gosh, you guys are slow. I'm already on my next one here.
I love wine because, number one, I'm in the wine business with my best friends. You know, I get to work every day with people I've grown up with. We've been out snowshoeing in New Mexico with a bottle of our wine and just crack it open and drink it like the old days. It doesn't matter. It's all fun. It's all good. We're passionate about it. We love it. There's nothing better than wine. Crazy AIDS.
God, yeah. Good old punk rock.
A bad day here at the winery is actually a pretty good day because you're doing what you love. You get to be around people that you really care about, and then when customers come through the door, you know, hopefully you're making their lives a little bit brighter as well. Literally building something from the ground up, you know, and maybe being able to pass that on down. I want to be around people that add something to your life, and Mark definitely adds a lot to my life.
I got 27 friends killed in the war. You know, I've come close to losing my own life several times, and I don't take any day for granted, period, dot. I knew this guy when he had hair and he was 17, you know, and one of us will see each other on our deathbed, you know, and just, if I can just go through my life and have those rich, extraordinary experiences surrounded by the people I care about, doing what I love to do, I will consider that a successful, rich life.